Random House Audio presents The Power of Surrender. Let go and energize your relationships, success, and well-being. Written and read for you by Judith Orloff, M.D.
Grace is ever present. All that is necessary is that you surrender to it. Ramana Maharshi. My initiation into surrender. My life has never been conventional. I've never fit into the mainstream. I've gotten used to being the exception to the rule, the one to whom things happen that don't happen to most people. As a child, I had visions nobody could see. I could sense energy no one else could feel. It radiated around everything, from friends to the moon to a lonely, discarded tin can. I am and always have been more at home in the dream world than awake. Because I'm an empath, my body is highly sensitive in ways that confound what science defines as normal. I've gotten used to not reacting like I'm supposed to. I get tired of people trying to fit me into some box that has nothing to do with who I am. I've gotten over trying to pass as normal. I'd rather just be my creative, quirky self. Perhaps you can relate to my feelings because each of us is unique, beautiful, lovable, and surprising, spontaneously unfolding moment to moment. That's why I was excited about writing a book on surrender. Writing is my passion, an alive, ever-changing meditation. I can happily spend years completing a book. So I asked myself, what do I most want to write about? What do I most want to learn? It has never interested me just to recount what I know. Instead, I write about what I yearn to discover. And my attraction was to the concept of surrender, the ability to be fluid, to bend like a willow in the wind during life's climaxes and lows. I want to be increasingly able not to clench, obsess, overthink, overcontrol, fight with my life, or let my stubborn streak obstruct my spiritual expansion. I long to uncover the secrets of the universe, not just with my mind, but with my heart, soul, and intuition. I want to fly. I want to soar. Who says we don't have wings? I don't care whether anyone says it's impossible. So with these priorities, I began writing this book. Surrender. It sounded good, and it felt really right. I was ready to more deeply practice letting go. However, I didn't fully understand what I was signing up for, which I found out included both losses and gains. In the process, life has asked me to jump off a lot of ledges and have faith that all would be well. Why did this happen? Stable parts of my world started shifting in unexpected ways that required me to change. I've had to let go of a lot. For instance, I sold my condo where I wrote all my other books because of unrelenting noise and lengthy construction. I've exchanged a permanent address for a nomadic lifestyle and a post office box for now. During the move, I chose to give away most of my possessions to make a fresh start. That was just for openers. Then I had to let go of a love who left me, a therapist, many outmoded views about intimacy, including my erotic inhibitions, my obsessive attachment to certain men, and the desire for others to approve of my boyfriends, my intuitive explorations, or anything else. Throughout all this, I surrendered my ego again and again, trusting that a higher compassionate force was guiding me. Why surrender? What's the advantage of going beyond your comfort zone? Whether you surrender a little or a lot, you'll experience more passion and power. As I did, you can also undergo a rebirth in areas where you may feel bored or stuck. This flux of letting go, not knowing, but moving forward anyway, is a vibrant process of refining your body and soul. I experienced this not without fear, but not without hope either. I've surrendered as the opposites of fear and joy often pulled at me simultaneously. But I was also melting into the dazzling beauty that was impelling my life. My intuition brought me here. I trust it more than anything. So I allowed myself to be led by my inner voice and by the mystery. On this journey, I've discovered there's a strange and wonderful ecstasy that comes from surrendering. It creeps up on you. Then one day you look at yourself and you are shining. You may not know exactly how you arrived here, but you're different, and it is a blessing. By surrendering, I've become healthier, braver, more intuitive, more flowing and fun, younger, more untamed, and more spiritually pliant. I've shed layers of fear and limitations that kept me locked in a life that was no longer large enough for me. I tell you all this, the revelatory and the challenging parts, to prepare you for the greatest adventure you may ever go on. If you're like me, someone who wants to become everything you were meant to be and more, surrender is a doorway in. I offer myself as your guide. In this book, I want to share with you what I've learned about surrender. I want to trust you with my secrets. I can't predict what will happen to you or what you will have to let go of, but I do know the result will be pure and good and right, and it will exceed your highest expectations. If you're game, I'll stay there beside you with love. Hang on and ride the wild dragon of surrender to freedom. You lose your grip, and then you slip into the masterpiece. Leonard Cohen. An introduction to letting go, preparing to surrender, trust, and flourish. I have a confession to make. I lost control today, but in the most wonderful way. Before work, before the holy hours of seeing patients, before writing these pages, I just danced. During this secret time before the day began, my body moved to Bob Dylan's Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands. Spontaneous movements, nothing planned, nothing known or predictable. Venus rising in the pre-dawn summer sky. Morning waves breaking at a distance. The Pacific Ocean in its light and darkness, my companion for so long now. I did not hold back. I did not resist, argue, distrust, or overthink. I simply let go. This is the ecstasy of surrender. In this book, I invite you to explore the sublime state of surrender, how to increasingly achieve it each day to improve the quality of your life, reduce stress, and have much more fun by lifting the curse of being overly serious. You'll learn to surrender in a world that relentlessly conspires to interrupt flow with instant messaging, texting, and emails at every turn. You'll also discover how to conquer fears and other resistances that stop you from letting go or keep you stuck in reverse. In Sanskrit, surrender is samprata, to give completely or deliver wholly over. I'm defining it as the grace of letting go at the right moment, the ability to accept what is, to exhale, and to flow downstream with the cycles of life instead of battling them, obsessively attaching to people and outcomes, and anxiously brooding. I'm intrigued with the idea of surrender not as defeat or loss, as it is frequently thought of, but as a positive, intuitive way of living, a power that grows as you develop trust in the moment, as well as in change and in the unknown. Contrary to stereotypes that equate surrender with weakness, I'm presenting it as a way to gain mastery of your life, not give up power. Surrender doesn't mean always saying yes to everything. This can be dangerous and unwise, but it does mean going fully with a decision, even if it makes you withdraw from someone or say no to anger or fear. Nor does surrender mean being a pushover or allowing yourself to be taken advantage of. Quite the opposite. By knowing when to assert yourself and when to let go, you're actually taking back control of your life.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?